Shahzaib Saeed Menswear. And prior to starting this venture, I did my BBA from IBA, and I'm currently finished my MBA from IBA as well. Basically, I started this business when I graduated from IBA in 2009, and after that, I always wanted to start something on my own. But since I was looking and waiting for my studies to finish, I did my research on a lot of business models that I was planning during my academic years at IBA. So, and I also wanted to do something that I had a passion for, and clothing is something that I am very passionate about. I always like dressing up, and I like to admire people with a good sense of style. So the background is that when I was planning to start off this thing, my brother and my father, both of them were corporate bankers, and they always used to complain that our shirt is not as per the standard, and usually goes away very early on, let's say. So they used to complain about the quality, and they were never satisfied with their product. So I immediately saw that there was a gap of good quality shirts in Pakistan, especially the corporate sector, because people in the corporate sector would like to have something that should last at least a year or two, and should be stitched as per international standards, and they want good quality, and they want good service. And I think I thought at that time that I had the capability of doing it and providing them the right. So that was the background of how I started about is that I used to stock with Studio S. Studio S is a multi-brand store, and when I started up this thing, I had the product in hand, but I had no place to sell that product. In fact, I had no distribution channel. So having a distribution channel, having a retail setup was necessary for my brand to progress. So when I started stocking my shirts with Studio S, and I immediately saw one problem in my business model, and that was, if you run a retail pre-made shirts, or what you call pet wear shirts for a shop, you eventually end up in inventory that does not sell. For example, you have 14.5, 15.5, and various other sizes in formal shirts, and some sizes sell and some not. So what you do is, in the end of the season, when you're stuck with that inventory, you announce a sale, and then you get rid of that inventory. That process is very what you call it. It's not suitable for a new startup, and a startup always is cash constrained. So in order to free that cash up, I thought that making shirts for someone is not a good idea. So I came about this idea that we should make custom-made shirts. We should have fabric. We should have lean operations, and we should make shirt S if there is a need. So that was the day when I started this bespoke services, which is doing very well currently, and is the main earner for my brand. Initially, when I started off, I outsourced all of my production. I focused on my marketing, and I think I did the right thing, because if you invest in production, you end up with having no capital. So as a startup, what is important for a brand is that you should invest more in marketing, and you should, as they say, that you should focus on your core competency. And my core competency was marketing. My core competency was management. I was not a born tailor. So my core competency, so I focused on them, and it was successful. Currently, what I'm doing is I'm operating on a very lean base. Like I don't have a fixed cost as such. I make shirts on a per piece basis. I procure the best fabric. I focus on the fabric, and I outsource the rest. And what I focus is on marketing. I manage my Facebook page. I manage my website presence, online presence. Plus, another important thing about my model is that I sell direct to my customer. For example, if there's a corporate who is in need of a formal shirt, he can go up to my website, book an appointment. I can visit his office and get his measurements done, and deliver a shirt in 2 or 3 weeks. So that model is very effective because you're directly interfacing with the customer. You have no retail overheads like a lot of other brands do, and you can sell at a cheaper rate, at a good value for money as compared to others. So that's why my business model is very successful. My product is basically, when I started up my business, I always wanted to make sure that my product quality is the best, and whatever that I'm producing should be good value for money. So just to give you an idea on the product feature and the quality that I'm putting into it, starting off from the collar. For example, if you talk about the collar, in a shirt there are basically 38 components, and out of those 38 components, 14 of those lie in the collar. And believe me, collar is the most important thing in any shirt because it wears out very quickly. And what we've done at Shahzaib Saeed Menswear is that we've come up with a technology called memory technology, in which we cut fibers diagonally so that the fibers are never stretched and they stay the way they are, and the collar remains crisp forever. Secondly, shirts are, we make sure that our stitch standards are very high, and we make sure that our we maintain 20 stitches per inch on a shirt. Plus, we make sure that we procure the best quality of cotton, and we turn up our noses against any man-made fibers, for example polyester or viscose, and we try our best to get 100% cotton, and that too into cloths. Secondly, our shirts have longer back tails, meaning that they won't get untucked off easily. Plus, we make sure that our buttons are stitched properly, not hand stitched. They should be lock stitched so that they should not get out easily. And that is a problem that during our research period we discovered that a lot of customers, they are frustrated because the collar does not sustain much. Their buttons go off quite easily. They have problems with the fabric is not breathable, and a lot of they have improper fits, the fits are not appropriate. So we made sure that our product is stitched as per international standards, and every other pattern on the shirt is matched. So that's about it. Basically the process is that I have a huge assortment of fabrics, ranging from like 100 odd fabrics in standard cotton, then there's 200 fabrics in Egyptian cotton. And if a customer comes up to my studio, he picks up his fabric, and after picking up, I take his measurement. I will ask for his preference in collar styles, cuff styles, what kind of fit does he want, and after that I give him a first trial, and after giving him his first trial, I see if he's satisfied. If he's satisfied enough with his trial, then we'll save up his standard size in our database, and then we'll move on. So that is the process. And what I do is that after the customer has purchased from me, I send him a feedback SMS as to what the quality was, how are you satisfied with it. And I am very keen on this because I think this is my core competency, and I can only differentiate on the basis of service.